Asian regionalism. Before we start our discussion, here are the objectives. Differentiate between regionalization and globalization. Identify the factors leading to a greater integration of the ASEAN. Analyze how different Asian states confront the challenge of globalization and globalization. And next is, what are regions? Regions are a group of countries located in the same geographical specified area. Regions can be a combination of two regions. Regions can be a combination of more than two regions organized to regulate and overflows and policy choice. The next is Asian regionalism. Asian regionalism defined as a political ideology that favors a specific regions over a greater area. It usually results due to political separations, religions, geography, cultural boundaries, linguistic regions, and managerial divisions. Asian regionalism ay ang proseso ng pagtutulungan at pagsasanib ng mga bansa sa Asya sa pamamagitan ng multilateral na institusyong intergovernmental. Ito ay kinabibilangan ng pagbabahagi ng impormasyon, pagbubuo ng mga karaniwang patakaran at paglutas ng mga hindi pagkakasundo-sundo kung saan ang pagiging miyembro ay karaniwang nakabatay sa pagiging magkalapit na lugar. Ang evolution ng regionalismo.
So, what is regionalization? Regionalization is the process of dividing a larger area into smaller, more manageable segments called regions. A common example of this is when a nation is divided into states or provinces. By dividing a country in this way, governance, administration, and development can be managed more effectively. Because each region has its own focus responsibilities. In the economic context, regionalization is also seen as a management tool. For example, business and governments can organize activity on a regional basis, making decisions that are more tailored to the specific needs and conditions of that area. What is regionalism? Regionalism is created as a sort of counter-globalization. It means countries are focusing more on their own regions instead of the whole world. Regional organization will always prefer regional partner over the rest of the world. It means that, for example, a group like the African Union or ASEAN will usually choose to work first with other nearby regional countries instead of faraway ones. Next is, what is globalization? Globalization is the expansion and intensification of social relations and consciousness across world space and world time. This means globalization connects people, countries, and societies across the world more closely than ever before. It is not just about trade or economics. It also includes culture, communication, technology, politics, and even how people think and identify themselves.
The differences between regionalization and globalization. The first one is the nature. In globalization, it promotes integration of economies across state borders all around the world. In regionalization, it divides an area into smaller segments. The second one is the market. In globalization, it allows many corporations to trade on international level. It allows free market. In regionalization, monopolies are more likely developed. Monopoly means one producer controls supply of a good or service and where the entry of new producers is prevented or highly. The third one is the cultural and societal relations. In globalization, acceleration to multiculturalism through free and inexpensive movement of people. In regionalization, it does not support multiculturalism. The fourth one is the eighth. In globalization, globalized international communities are more willing to aid countries stricken by disasters. In regionalization, a regionalized area does not get involved in the affairs of other areas. And the last one is the technological advances. In globalization has driven great advances in technology, and in regionalization, advanced technology is rarely available in one country or region.
Regional integration is the process by which two or more nation-states agree to cooperate and work closely together to achieve peace, stability, and wealth. Ang buong mundo ay gumagalaw patungo sa pagsasama-sama ay hindi may iwasan. Sa Asya, nabuo ng mga bansa sa Timog Silangang Asya, ang ASEAN Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Ang panrelehiyong power block na ito ay mukhang gumagana ng maayos. Ang mga membrong estado ay magkasya ng mga ayos dahil sa mga sumusunod na salik. The entire world moving towards integration is inevitable. In Asia, the Southeast Asian countries have already formed ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. This regional power bloc appears to work fine. The members states to fit well together because of the following factors. Kasama-sama ng rehiyon ay ang proseso kung saan dalawa o higit pang mga bansang estado ay sumang-ayon na magtulungan at magtulungan ng malapit upang makamit ang kapayapaan, katatagan at kayamanan. Example of regional integration: the European Union, the United States, Mexico, Canada Agreement, the Asian Free Trade Area, Gulf Cooperation Council, and the Southern African Development Community.
Why do countries form regional associations? Countries form regional associations to work together for shared goals like security, economy, and independence. This group helps countries support one another during challenges such as wars, economic crises, or global competition. Number 1. Military defense. Countries form alliances for protection and security. They agree to help each other in case of threats, wars, or attacks. Example: Warsaw Pact, formed by the Soviet Union and its allies as a response to NATO. Number 2. Economic crisis. Countries join together to help one another during financial problems or economic collapse. They share funds, trade opportunities, or economic plans to keep their region stable. Example: ASEAN included the three countries China, Japan, and South Korea. They created an emergency fund to help Asian economies recover after Thailand's collapse in 1997. Resources. Number 3. Countries pool or combine their natural resources like oil, gas, minerals, so they can have more control and power in the global market. Example: OPEC, Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Member countries work together to control oil production and prices around the world. Number 4. Protection of independence. Some countries want to stay neutral and independent. They don't want to side with powerful groups like the US or the Soviet Union. Example: NAM, Non-Aligned Movement, a group of countries that refuse to take sides during the Cold War.
Challenges to regionalism. Resurgence of militant nationalism and populism. This involves the conflict between NATO, the United States, and Vladimir Putin's anti-NATO movements. Ang regionalismo ay nahaharap sa malaking hamon mula sa muling pagkabuhay ng militanteng nasyonalismo at populismo. Narito ang isang halimbawa. Ang pag-usbong ng militanteng nasyonalismo at populismo ay nagdudulot ng pagsubok sa regionalismo kung saan mas binibigyang diin ang sariling interes ng bansa kaysa sa pagtutulungan ng mga relihiyon. Continuing financial crisis. The continuing crisis in the European region continues to lead the United Kingdom into exiting the European Union. Narito ang isang halimbawa. Patuloy na krisis sa pananalapi. Ang patuloy na krisis sa rehiyon na Europa ay patuloy na nagtutulak sa United Kingdom na mag-exit sa European Union. Conflict between sovereignty and regional stability. The Philippines had a difficulty in letting some countries support its condemnation of China's occupation had given great investments and economic aid to this country. Ang regionalismo ay naharap sa mga hamon na nagmula sa salungatan sa pagitan ng soberanya at katatagan ng rehiyon. Narito ang isang halimbawa. Ang pag-iit ng isang bansa sa ganap nitong soberanya sa teritoryo nito ay minsan nagiging sanhi ng tensyon at nagpapahina sa katatagan ng rehiyon, lalo na kung may pinagtatalaunan hangganan o mapagkukuanan.
The last one is the differing visions of regionalism. For example, some countries may prioritize economic partnerships like trade blocs, while others, like many Western governments, might view regionalism as a way to encourage democratic values. How do different Asian states confront challenges of globalization and regionalization?
ASEAN, founded on 8 August 1967 by Indonesian, Malaysian, Singapore, Thailand, and the Philippines, promoted economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the Southeast Asian region through multilateral cooperation. We, the nations and the people of Southeast Asia, must get together and form by ourselves a new perspective and new framework for our region. It is important that individually and jointly we should create a deep awareness that we cannot survive for as long as independent but isolated people unless we also think and act together. Unless we prove by deed that we belong to a family of Southeast Asian nations bound together ties of friendship and goodwill and imbued with our own details and inspiration and determined to shape our own destiny. He added that with the establishment of ASEAN, we have taken a firm and bold step on that road. By Tun Abdul Razak. The list of ASEAN member countries: Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam, and the Philippines. Energy and environmental concern. Rapid economic growth for Asia has led to reliance on economic imports, increasing the importance of sea lanes and transformational routes. Asian state needs to empower science and technology so that its citizens can eventually discover or create sustainable energy sources. Migration. The combination of rapidly growing population in much of the developing world, increasingly porous national borders, and disparities in economic growth rate have sparked a dramatic increase in international migration. Like Malaysia, other Asian countries needs to deploy troops and naval vessels to limit the arrival of migrants. Organized crime and threats from non-state actors. Through the increasing use of communication and transportation flows, the growing permeability of national borders, organized crime networks, terrorism, drugs and weapon traffickers, and even human smugglers have faced fewer constraints on their activity. Asian states must enable stricter laws on national security.
Weakening regional institutions because of rifts between authoritarian members of ASEAN. Ito ay ang mga paghina ng institusyon dahil sa mga hidwaan sa pagitan ng mga authoritariang miyembro ng ASEAN. Kailangan na pangalagaan ng mga bansang ASEANO ang kanilang soberanya.
Shift in balance of power. Dito naman, ang mga bansa ay nagtutulungan sa isa't isa, kaya nabuo ang mga regional economic blocs na naglalaban para sa mga kapangyarihan. Dapat magkaisa ang mga bansa sa Asia para makalaban sa Western economic dominance. Kumbaga, kaya ang punto dito ay dapat magtulungan ang mga bansa sa Asia para mas lumakas sila at hindi basta-basta nalang kontrolado ng mga mas makapangyarihang bansa.
expanding rules of military. Kailangan dito ng mga bansang Aseano na palakasin ang kanilang military para hindi madaling masakop ng mga ibang bansa ang kanilang bansa. At kailangan din nilang palakasin ang kanilang military defense para ito ay may pakita nila na ang kanilang bansa ay malakas.
Globalization at democracy. Mas nahihirapan ang mga bansang may otoritaryong pamahalaan sa panahon ng globalization dahil hindi sila kasing transparent at accountable kumpara sa mga bansang demokratiko. Para mas maging matagumpay ang mga bansa sa Asia sa global na ekonomiya, kailangan nilang mag-adapt ng mga demokratikong prinsipyo para mas maging bukas at accountable sila sa kanilang mga mamamayan.